KREM 2 News at Noon begins now.
Right now on KREM 2 News at Noon, we are tracking a deadly windstorm that's blowing through the inland northwest. We are live on Highway 2, where a tree fell on a truck, killing 2 people. And tracking the damage from those high winds as trees fall across the region. Right now, thousands of people have lost power. We'll show you where the biggest outages are located.
And we have the latest information on how much longer this windstorm is going to last. We are live from our outdoor weather center today at noon.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti. It is good to see you. We are in a weather impact alert right now as high winds have toppled trees and knocked out power all across the inland northwest. A devastating morning so far. Those winds have caused at least 2 deaths already. A falling tree killed 2 people in a box truck along Highway 2 this morning. That crash happened near the Spokane airport exit, causing delays, as you might imagine, for hours. And KREM 2's Regan Gallo is live there this afternoon. Regan, can you walk us through what happened this morning to the people in that truck when those trees fell?
Yeah, well, right now we are on Highway 2, right by the Sunset Highway Airport exit, like you said. And this morning at about 6:30 a.m., police reported that 2 men had died after a tree had fallen on their truck. This is due to high winds in the area. And as you can see and hear, those winds are still persistent. At about 11 a.m., both lanes have reopened, but between the crash and the tree debris, it caused quite a backup for people's morning commutes. Washington State Patrol confirmed on the phone with me what had happened.
When units arrived, they indicated that there was a tree fully across the eastbound and westbound lanes, and a box truck was off into the trees and several vehicles on the shoulders of the right shoulder of the eastbound lanes. I was notified that it appeared that the tree had hit the box truck and that there were 2 fatality injuries as a result.
WSP also said this was a freak accident. They say the winds were between 45 and 50 miles per hour this morning when the tree fell on that truck. And officials say that the 2 men died before medics arrived. Unfortunately, the medical examiner is still waiting to hear from next of kin to formally confirm their identities. Luckily, no one else was injured. On Highway 2, Regan Gallo.
All right, obviously losing Regan there at the end. It was certainly a devastating scene there, and as you can see elsewhere, trees were down in North Spokane. The wind toppled trees on Nevada Street, and you can see the trees down there blocking lanes near North Street. Police shut down traffic in the area to try and clean up that mess, and then drivers ran into more detours along 3rd and Altamont. You can see a tree is down in the middle of the road there, blocking each lane. That was heading east. This is right next to the Thora Freya exit at the bottom of the South Hill. There's no current timetable on when that road is expected to reopen. In North Idaho, Highway 97 closed because of downed trees and power lines. East Side Fire District sharing this photo where you can see a large tree that is blocking the roadway there. The highway is closed south of Thimbleberry. Drivers are asked to plan for some alternate routes and allow for some, as you might imagine, extra time. So the high winds have knocked out power now to thousands of people across the inland northwest. As you can imagine, those trees, power lines, all affecting what's happening. So let's walk you through the outages that we know of right now. Avista reporting more than 7,600 customers without power. The outages are spread across throughout the area, including Spokane, Spokane Valley, Coeur d'Alene, and then south to Steptoe. Inland Power has about 2,400 customers without power. Most of the outages are spread throughout Spokane County, and that's including Cheney and Deer Park area as well. And Kootenai Electric reporting more than 3,500 customers without power. The majority of those outages are in the area west of Lake Coeur d'Alene. We are tracking the outages. We're keeping you posted on KREM.com, and we'll keep you updated throughout the afternoon as we make our way through this latest storm. For the very latest on the high winds, let's check in with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, you're outside in it right now, calmer than it's been, at least over the past couple of hours. How much longer, though, do we expect the high winds to stick around?
Gosh, it's not that much calmer out here, Laura. In fact, that's kind of the key to this particular windstorm. There is just no respite whatsoever. In fact, I was communicating with our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legou, within the last hour here, and that is what we noticed. It is not letting up, period. I mean, it's just gusting and gusting and gusting. In fact, in the last hour, the wind speeds have never dropped below 37 miles per hour and have still been pushing 50 miles per hour, even right up to this noon hour. Now, our wind advisory still continues until 1 p.m., so only for one more hour. And yes, the winds should not be as violent or severe as they were in the 10 o'clock hour. But I'll tell you what, it's still going to be very windy for the rest of the day today. But here is our maximum wind speed that occurred at 10 a.m. near 70 mile per hour winds. That is severe and violent. No wonder we are seeing trees really start to topple over, especially with all the recent rainfall that has loosened up a lot of that soil. It doesn't take as much effort, but that is very severe wind. By the way, we lost all of our trees from the 2021 windstorm here in our outdoor weather center, so we don't have much left even behind the green screen that's sitting right here. Now, the one silver lining I can tell you is that it's actually a decently warm day today. The sunshine is out here because the winds have at least blown away that low layer of cloud cover that has absolutely plagued us for the last 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to get some sunshine, but again, it comes at the cost of these absolutely severe winds that we have in place right now. It is pushing away the clouds. It is pushing away the rain. So we're in for mostly sunny conditions for the rest of the day. And thankfully, our wind speeds will start to just ease on the brakes for the rest of the day. Not as violent, but still going to be windy for the rest of this Wednesday after wind speeds hitting near 70 miles per hour this morning.
Thomas, appreciate the update. We'll be checking in with Thomas throughout the afternoon. Several of our viewers have also been sharing photos and videos of the wind damage. These photos show a tree that came down on a house near Saltese and Atlas and Coeur d'Alene. You can see the big mess, but luckily it doesn't look like the tree broke through the roof. But nonetheless, that had to have been very loud and very scary. Another viewer shared photos of a tree down at Crestline and Rowan in North Spokane. And you can see there, pretty dramatic pictures that we're getting in. If you have video or photos of wind damage, it's easy to share them with us. You can text them to 509-448-2000, and then we may share them on KREM 2 News. Just make sure you're very careful as you're outside today. Well, we've already seen a lot of damage from the wind, and anything loose is really just sort of blowing around out there. Take a look. Whether you were outside or inside, you likely heard those big gusts. It's what it sounded like and looked like on the South Hill just a few hours ago at a construction site on Regal. Tarps were blowing around, a chain link fence that was blown over. Also, be careful as you are driving through your neighborhood. Coming down the road just now, trash cans that had been put out were rolling down the roadway. We've seen a lot of those and just general trash blowing around. So for the very latest on the forecasts and details, make sure you have the KREM 2 app. It is free to download on your phones in the App Store. With the KREM 2 app, you can get weather alerts, live radar, and local forecasts right in the palm of your hand. And be sure to turn on those alerts so we can get you the latest breaking information, like any potential school closures and delays. We want to keep you in the know. All right, we do continue with breaking news at this noon hour. A missing woman in North Idaho has now been found dead. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office confirmed the news within the past hour. 65-year-old Sharon Davidson was reported missing after she disappeared on December 14th. The Sheriff's Office said she was found this morning by the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office search and rescue team. They found her near her property, which is south of Coeur d'Alene. A lieutenant telling KREM 2 News the death did not appear to be suspicious, but the investigation is certainly still ongoing. We will update you on air and online at KREM.com just as soon as we learn more. It is 12:09 right now, and still ahead on KREM 2 News at noon, we're following some big news out of Pullman, where head football coach Jake Dickert has left the Cougs. Up next, we have an update on the announcement and a look at what it means for the future of the team.